All right, ladies, let's go. Game number 1, Division S, North America. Yep, we're back to business with the NA Clown Fiesta. Yeah, can't spell Clown Fiesta without NA. To the left side of the map, last minute sweep in blue in our first map in the best of 5. Over to the right, Celeb Gaming. And starting up on the blue team, Farts on Hanzo, the Flyest Raven on Kerrigan, Nintori on Decker, Destructible on Deathwing, Eile on Uther. And to the right, Celeb Gaming with Vespertine on Arthurs, Tiger JK on Liming, Hebi on Stukov, Mokka on Sylvanas, and Griffy on Jojo. Alright, let's get ready to rumble and have a bit of a look of who takes the lead in this series. Opening things up with the Force Armor on level 1 and also the Dragon Soul on Deathwing. As already explained a couple of times, heading into Division S North America, we actually lately see Cho'Gall pretty much consistently banned out on the NA side. And Deathwing makes it through more and more of the drafts. One of the big differences between the European and the North American meta. Also, we have... I mean, honestly, I looked at the lineup and I looked at the red team first and I was like, well, game number 1, pretty normal compositions, pretty traditional team compositions. And then I glanced over to the red team and I was just like immediately... Nope! Because, again, first of all, we have Deathwing in. Then we have also the Uther main tank, the NA special is in play. So it's time to shine and see which team is taking the lead here. Will the full-on NA meta take it, or is the more so European style that we see from the red team going to be superior, at least in this series? And as it stands, we have for Arthurs, our side laner, on the side of Celeb Gaming, already Rhyme taken on level 1. Going up against that Kerrigan is also going to be interesting for them. We can make sure that especially the backline is safe, but Stukov with a good silence can ruin Kerrigan stay for sure, so that would help. Also, having the cooldown reduction on the level 1 for Johanna is obviously quite nice against the stun combo that could come from Kerrigan whenever she tries to make the engage happen. Bot lane, Sylvanas against Deathwing. The dragon just like running around and trying to eat that little pony there. And over that, what else? Already the teams have taken their first item, and it's obviously just an attempt to check a little bit out what's happening over here. With Decker Kane already dropping the potions. They're all on the ground. Li Ming over here, Tiger JK saying like, I got this! But pings for a little bit of help. Hebi is the one helping out. And there's not really a lot of aggression right now. The teams are just taking this super easy at the beginning of the game. Everybody just falling back and saying like, yeah, just wait for the objective and take with that. Now we have the Heat Wave on level 4. Standard Deathwing build that we see here from the team in blue. Also Triumvirate on Li Ming for the Globe Talent on level 4. So far so good. Question is of course as usual what's going to happen around level 7. That's when the big one is in. And what else do we get? The Reactive Ballistospores right there. And, well, let's go. They're actually fighting over this. Yep, they're going straight up for that healing camp. Deathwing at the front, trying to just, like, destroy everything. But instead, it's actually him that needs to be moving back because he might be destroyed here. And the red team just steals it away. No death, but they're just taking the item. They oh, Kerrigan! Ah, the kill! First blood. Kerrigan down. The counter kill against Arthur's unsuccessful. He walks away. They traded the item. They traded their turret for the healing beacon. The blue team, therefore, at least when it comes to the numbers, on the same amount of items. The problem is that the healing beacon is, of course, worth a little bit more. But 1 kill against 0 already. And, well, let's go. Top side, Arthur's already moved back and needs a little bit of mana. And level 7 talents are about to arrive as we have 40% for the red team. Pretty good position for them, actually. Ahead in experience, grab the earlier talent, get even farther ahead on the beacon. And with level 7, we now get... Please, Calamity, please, Calamity, please, Calamity. Please don't do this to me in A. Calamity, come on. Yes, thank you! Woo! Nicely done, nicely done. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Attacks incoming immediately, and Mokka! Ah, yeah, I don't like Mokka either. I prefer a cappuccino. So Sylvanas is down, and the blue team is able to get a kill. Nearly Hanzo taken down here. And Arthurs wanted to go in to finish the job, but couldn't quite drop them. They're starting to jump in again, this time on Johanna, and as Flyest Raven is starting to be in trouble, the team is attempting to help him out here, but in comes Stukov with a big boy slap, and and slaps her around. That's the end of Kerrigan right there. And all of a sudden, more momentum for the red team as they're starting to jump in. 2 kills against 1 now, level 7 on both sides. And it looks more and more likely that the red team is going to walk away with Protector number 1. Alright, bot lane, Deathwing already taking position again, but a couple of heroes are still starting to sneak in onto the objective. Now they have another shot, don't get me wrong, it's their last ditch attempt, but with Kerrigan now spawning and coming back towards the mid lane, that is definitely a chance that they have. It's a slim one. Deathwing already flying straight in and trying to burn everything alive here, but Hanzo gets attacked. And locked down too. A death coil could be the end of him. Deathwing down first. Arthur's destroying everything. Gets the double kill. Uther is dead too. And now it's just simply him running away from the old man. Li Ming is down too. The Protector has been taken. Stukov is helping out. And the man with the stick has to retreat for the time being. 5 kills against 2. The big boy lead for Celeb Gaming as they rotate topside with the Protector. So far it's only Johanna in there. But the attempt is there to take the fountain down and prepare for the next objective as Deathwing makes it into the top lane. Right here. So off we go. Li Ming also dying in the last fight, but of course getting the calamity value there too. Extra damage for the extra kill. With the help of Sylvanas, they can enhance this push and maybe even take the fort down. Kerrigan jumps in though. Ooh, nice. Actually able to still go straight in for that wave. That was frame perfect pretty much. I mean, she was stunned, locked as the wave comes through and then is able to use it after all. The fountain is down already, but the fight is still ongoing. And Flyest Raven, well, not so fly this time. Goes down, another kill against Kerrigan. Now level 10 abilities are there. And with that, we have Arthur's going straight in for the army. Also on top of that, we now have the massive shove. I don't know why, but every single time I see the massive shove here, it always sounds like Stukov just has a massive dick. I'm really sorry that I'm the one to point that out, but you've thought it. If not now, then you've thought it at some point. I'm just the one that said it out loud, okay? So you can't blame me for that, but I'm not quite sure what Blizzard was thinking there. So either way, it is apparent. I mean, he has big hands. He has big hands, just saying. And you know what they say about guys with big hands. By the way, I've never met anybody that has bigger hands than I do. Just saying. I'm serious. Anyways, 10 versus 10 now. And all of a sudden, Johnny says hi, by the way. As we have the fight over the objective, again just spawning right in front of us. Here's the attack, and it seems like this time the blue team is quite determined to walk away with the item, but they might still have a problem there, as all of a sudden Deckard Cain comes in with a big sleep, and they're getting the kill against Johanna. Jojo down, but this is going to be a slaughter, isn't it? Yes, Uther bites the dust, and the turnaround attempt against Kerrigan as Arthur's also falls. So does Stukov. 3 heroes down on the red team, despite the fact that they were able to take the healing beacon there. So we have 5 kills against 7 overall. Top fort still not fallen, and this is getting quite nasty. It's kind of interesting. I mean, the red team takes the item, they steal it away, and then they lose 3 heroes in the process. So yeah, I mean, either way, let's have a quick look at the damage output so far. 23,000 for Deathwing, 26,000 for Li Ming. Doing well here so far. Farts is trying to Hanzo Tiger JK, but can't make it happen in this one. And off we go. Deathwing is this up at the top. I gotta appreciate that black skin again. Just the other day we had a Deathwing that was rocking the white skin, and it just looks like a chicken. It honestly looks like a plucked chicken. And tell me whatever you want, but if you look at the white Deathwing skin and you not immediately get hungry and want some chicken McNuggets, then something is seriously wrong with you. So thankfully in this case Destructible has taken Deathwing with the black skin. That's a proper one. I mean, there's a few others that also look kind of nice, but still, that's at least okay. So as we sit here, we have on level 10 Burn Beneath My Shadow, so no Bellowing Roar for him. Level 13 abilities give us the Virulent Reaction, Me Likey, and the Biting Cold, plus also Illusionist. And the aggression is on. Topside is getting attacked. 13 against 13 talents. A little bit of a deviation away now from Deathwing, going into Ruination on level 13. Haven't really seen that a whole lot. Also, Kerrigan, Arthurs, both rotating currently in the mid lane. Kerrigan actually catching a little bit more experience for the team, but the control point will unlock in another 5 seconds, and then it's time to shine for the red team if they want to set themselves ahead here, because right now in experience they are behind. Deathwing already moving, but this also exposes the fort quite a bit, and oh my god, the repulsion of the wave of force nearly takes it down as Li Ming came in here. One single shot, and there we have it, and the fort will fall. Okay, off to the races. Slightly inexperienced for the last minute sweep, but now they have to somehow find an opening here. The combo of Kerrigan misses, so they need to depend on the cooldown to come back before they can start an opening here. They have 2 items against 0 though, so that's a pretty decent lead in the item department and should give them the upper hand for the fight. But they also don't have the fountain on the lane anymore, and that's a problem. Nice combo from Tiger JK against Uther. He's already low. They're trying to follow up with the kill, but they can't. Deathwing already moved in, tries to get the damage, and the arrow straight up to North America towards the top right here. Johanna already eliminated, and the next kill against Sylvanas. The old man comes in with his sleep, and that's also Arthur's biting the dust. Nicely done. 3 kills against 0, and last minute sweep. They're actually starting to absolutely murder this game. Heavily behind after the first objective, and now winning 2 fights in a row, setting themselves ahead in experience, in kills, and most likely also ready to grab objective number 2. So far, so good. Okay. For the red team, obviously it becomes a question right now how to react here. Are they going to try with Arthurs to go for the objective again, or are they instead just rotating on the map? Their problem, of course, is that even if they make it towards the top lane in time, they likely will fall behind in talents, because 16 is so close, and that gives last minute sweep a little bit of a lead. Not a small lead, but yeah. Because it's already 85% against now 28 taken. They try to go for the experience and also for the items, and this is a great position for last minute sweep. Okay. Arthurs is a bit low on this one. I mean, they have to decide if they really want to fight for this or not, but they have to make a decision here. By now we have the unbridled energy for Kerrigan, the Elementium plating, and Benediction. Oh yeah. Double stun time. But the position gets taken again. They don't have level 16, so are they trying to YOLO for the point? Nope, they're not, so apparently they're just going to use level 16 to defend if they can grab it in time, which they're attempting to do as we speak. 16 talents already in, and that gives us also the Scroll of the Stone Curse. What? Okay, where's my stun? Hit him with the stick, old man. Hit him with the stick. Yeah, the double support setup that we see from the blue team, I mean, with a bit of a different style, talking different styles. Embrace Death now on level 16. We still have also, on top of that, the Will of the Forsaken for Sylvanas. Bot lane gets attacked, and that means that they're attempting to go for the fountain. The Protector is already on the way, but has taken a little bit of a beating. Didn't really go for the top lane. They're just trying to make the bot lane as comfortable as possible for the next objective, which makes a whole lot of sense, of course. It's all about the objectives here. But, well, let's have a bit of a look at that. Fountain goes down, but what else can they get? Because, honestly, outside of the fountain, they haven't really gotten anything with the Protector. I mean, pretty much nothing. I love that Deathwing is in the Protector, by the way. I'm not even sure why exactly that is even possible. It just feels wrong. Can you imagine being Uther and being stuck in the cockpit with Deathwing? It's just like, first of all, that smells. That's point 1. And second of all, it's insanely crowded in there. I mean, he's just literally sniffing Deathwing's ass at this point. This is like, dude, if you fart, then it's over. No more friendship, no more heals. Oh, the Insta-Divine Shield! Damn! He just came in with a fuck it move. It's like, I'm not dying here. Not today. Not on my watch. I mean, I honestly... Ooh, the arrow. Yeah! Off to the races. Yeah, honestly, the only reason why I can imagine why you would pull a D-Shield here is because you figure that it won't matter if you have it or not until the next objective. But of course, it's now missing in this fight, and Kerrigan would have survived a little bit longer with this one. So I'm not quite sure what's happening there. But, well, either way. People already called out earlier. It's called Deathwing for a reason. Is that how much it stings? Like, I don't even want to know. I don't really want to pursue this particular line of thought. But yeah. I mean, I have no idea what Deathwing's diet looks like. But I can only imagine that. Now I imagine Deathwing eating chili. It's like, it's bad, boys. It's really bad. I mean, anyways, another objective or another item being fought over. And we have 3 items in the hands of each team. And identical items on top of that too. 2 turrets and a healing beacon for either one. So, yep, that's good. Top side, a little bit of push power here with the cabin that was taken a bit earlier. But now there's a few more items up on the map and the red team is willing to grab them immediately. In we go. I love money pick here. Ooh, the arrow! Yeah, 1's done and the silence from Stukov. Hanzo is just happy that he was able to hit one after all. I mean, it's like the 3rd or 4th attempt in a row now, and finally it's happened. Okay, at the same time now, 18 versus 18. It's actually an interesting first game. I mean, this is a best of 5 series. This is played in number 2 in North American Division S, and we have right now a very, very even opening game between the 2 teams. So it's pretty cool to see that. The combo that we have from last minute sweep is actually able to compete with this a bit better than expected, but objective number 3 is going to reveal a lot here. It's also interesting to see this many kills. It hasn't felt like that much of an aggressive game just yet, but here's a little bit more of a setup as Griffin comes in. Hasn't used the Blessed Shield yet. Can rock that any second now, though, to set the kill up for the team. The Chrysalis has already been used. There's the D-Shield on Karrigan, but she should fall anyways. Is trying to escape here right now. Deathwing with the assist attempt. Karrigan nearly dying, but still alive, and all of a sudden Sylvanas instead of dies first. Then old man comes in with the sleeve. The turnaround attempt against Arthur's. Arthur's about to go down. Uther dies first. Arthur's is dead too. Deathwing is dead again, and in comes Li Ming with a kill attempt, but Tiger JK can't get the reset and therefore falls first. They follow up with a kill against Johanna, and that's 4 heroes down against 2. Damn, son. Yeah, that is getting pretty dicey down here. Oh, 6 kills in 1 fight just as the objective spawns, and now with level 20 in their hands, we have the blue team starting to take the lead. Stood in the fire. Redemption, perfect gems. We got the Psionic Shift. And with Psionic Shift now also Hanzo, I would assume Bullseye? Unless he really wants to go for the Pseudo Global. And he does! He goes for play of the game. Okay. There we go. Down to the bottom of the map. Fort gets still attacked by Hanzo. Get some vision there too. Level 20 talents are of course ready for both teams. Not only for the blue team. Every single time when I see a Deckard Cain not going for the bottomless flask on a map like this one, I doubt their sanity a little bit. I mean, it might be a little bit weird, but like I feel bottomless flask is just so absolutely insane in these situations that is pretty ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, it's not like Deckard doesn't have any other level 20 talents that he could pick. He has plenty and plenty good ones. But bottomless flask on an objective like this is just worth so much. Now, nobody even contested that fight, so in this particular case, it didn't really matter. But if it comes to an objective fight for the Protector in the mid lane, or maybe even the top lane, if it gets to 5, then it's a very, very different story. As the teams are both approaching now, the damage output with 62,000 in Li Ming's hands is still quite in favor of the red team. But Deathwing has 59k, and Hanzo himself is also looking quite strong. So in sum, the blue team is dishing out way more damage than the red team, which is kind of impressive also, given that they have 2 supports in there. But of course, they're also more or less playing it without a tank, depending on how you want to look at it. The keep is definitely going to fall. The only question that remains is, can they go core, yes or no? And they're not even trying. Easily moving away from this one. And yep, that's that. Alrighty, so move up to the top and psst, trying to get this down. This is where the next objective spawns. So if you're actually trying to play it around objective number 4, then you have to prepare the mid lane. It's a very weird game in terms of structures. There's very few structures that have been taken down yet. It's a bit of an odd thing to say, maybe, considering that we have already one keep taken down at the bottom of the map. But if you consider where we are in the game, we still have on each side 2 forts that are still standing. That's a little bit weird. But okay, so the setup comes in, and already Deathwing taken to the skies again. As we have the Protector with another 4 seconds left, and everybody's just jumping around this one. The bot lane pressure is going to be nasty. It's about item control again, and that's where Celeb Gaming is willing to move in. One turret still in the hands of Last Minute Sweep, and here we go. The attack is in. The old man with the zone control as he starts to jump in. Yeah, Hanzo jumps into the fight too with the play of the game, and we immediately have the red team down. 2 heroes eliminated. Johanna and Stukov are both dead, and they are looking for the kill against Arthurs. Yeah, that's a good stun setup. There's a follow-up, and that's 3 kills in a row, and they should be able to go for a game now. Seems a little bit weird. I mean, they picked Stukov and Volskaya Foundry, and Stukov is just getting completely taken apart here. Russian map, Russian hero, but it's just not enough. It's too early. No vodka. Vodka not having any, not happening. Need more vodka. Volskaya Foundry later is better. First game not so good. Later game, later map is better. It's easy. But right now, not okay. Yeah, not a good opening for them. So Celeb Gaming going down on map number 1 as Last Minute Sweep is making their play for the core, and nobody's going to be here to stop them. Tiger JK tries, but he doesn't have the power to make it happen. No resets for him, so no fun. Walks away with the top damage in the game, so that's at least something. But here we go. Celeb Gaming down 1 map as Last Minute Sweep takes the victory on the first map of the best of 5 series in Division S North America. Game number 2, Last Minute Sweep with a lead against Celeb Gaming. And now we are on Dragonshire, our second map in the best of 5 series. Over to the left side, Farts on Jaina, Flyers Draven on Medivh, Nintori on Chen, El on ETC, and Destructible on Ana. And look at that, it's an actual composition with a main tank, 1 healer, a bit of damage, Medivh as a second support. We are arriving at a normal meta, and then we go over and look at Celeb Gaming. Urel, Vala, Kerrigan, Deckard, and Uther. Uther main tank. Once again, Deckard Kane comes in as the second support. We have a Kerrigan to mix it up. And then Vala plus Urel. The memes are there once again. NA is just doing NA things. And Uther at the front. First goes down, gets murdered, eliminated quickly. The easy kill for Last Minute Sweep as they are trying to hammer Celeb Gaming into the ground right off the start. But it's actually kind of funny because the compositions that you are looking at right now are obviously fairly similar to what has happened in game number 1, at least when you look at the core of Celeb Gaming's composition. Kerrigan, Uther, and Deckard Kane were already played by the blue team in the previous game, so they pretty much looked at it and said like, you know what? That actually looks really good. It kind of works. There's a lot of stuns there, there's a lot of CC, there's a lot of control and action. We're gonna try that too. So now they go for the exact same setup and see if they can maybe make some plays with that. Mocha already a little bit in trouble here in the mid lane, but in this case at least he wasn't taken down. Now that the objective, or the objective hasn't really spawned of course, but at least we have the mercenary camps on the map. And now that they are here, both of the teams can try and make some plays there. Maybe grab those siege giants early on. We have also a few ETC picks here. Storm Stout's secret recipe has already been claimed. Vala's apparently going into a multi-shot build. I mean, at least at this point, she goes into the hot pursuit. Now, there's obviously always the option of going into a hybrid build with the arrow build if you really want to and you don't feel that Monster Hunter is something that you need all that much. Maybe because you don't want to focus that heavily on camps. Of course, there's also a bit of a mana element to it, but if you're a good auto attacker, then Hot Pursuit gives you a lot of that as well. But either way, as it stands, we are currently in a situation where the red team can try and make their play for at least the bottom shrine here. And they're already going for exactly that. The top lane between ETC and Urel, that's also going to be a tight battle. But out here, oh yeah, it is actually an arrow build. Look at that, Puncturing Arrow comes in, so they go for the hybrid build. Hybrid build from Celeb Gaming's Vala. And they're moving straight in onto Jaina. Nice dodge so far, but the lockdown is ready. And the old man takes Jaina apart. Good kill. 1 kill against 1 now in the game. 2 stacks already for Vala, so she's looking good. Urel, by the way, topside, and Chen are both not looking too great. They're going for the final showdown. And who wins it? The Panda! Ruthless! Ruthless comes in and realizes that he really, really likes goat cheese. Comes in and takes them down. But that was a clutch call. That was a really, really close call. That could have definitely backfired for the panda. You gotta believe, it's the faith in your abilities. And I mean, that fat panda can kung fu. We all know that, of course. Down to the bottom of the map. There's still a fight over the second shrine, and now that they have the full control, they're even threatening the Dragon Knight. And Medivh is sitting in the mid lane, but Kerrigan is there. Tiger JK is saying, not on my watch, buddy. That ain't happening. You can try, but you won't succeed. And they're still fighting over this. Now that Urel is making her way towards the top, she's going to lock down at least one shrine. Down here, everybody dodges out on Deckard's stun, or at least his lockdown. And now with 2 kills against 1. Off to the races we go. Chen and Urel are still locked into that eternal 1 versus 1 battle. Valla is continuing to stack her level 4, as we see down here. And they're attempting to take over. Maybe they can apply the pressure right now, but last minute sweep is starting to get slightly ahead. In experience at least. Now they have also level 7. The Brewmaster's balance is in. That is definitely going to topple the top lane balance a little bit. Echo Paddle even taken, so it could already indicate a stage dive attempt from him later on in the game. And top side, the Panda action is in. Vespertine on... It's just like a ring around the rosy play the entire time. And the Panda is starting to lock this lane down. Urel is starting to have more and more trouble on lane. And also, talking about trouble, whew, thanks to the double support, Vala's alive a bit longer, but that could have been the end of her here, without 2 supports having her back. Now we have to continuously just to fight at the bot lane. Top lane, Urel is pretty much given over on that particular position. Oh, Vala though, in trouble! Locked down again. Jaina is taken down. Jaina down, 2 kills against 2. Vala gets another stack in, is now sitting at 8. So far so good. In the middle of the map, Medivh is just cheating as usual and just like flying around. Fly like an eagle. Chilling a little bit. And there's the channel attempt. Interrupt is not happening. Flyest Raven with 9 stacks only, by the way. Doesn't really have a lot here. And in they go. First Dragon Knight is in, and Celeb Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. Actually starting off pretty solid here. Move in. Start to take a little bit more damage against their opponent, and that is a pretty solid position to have right now. Go through the mid lane wall, open that up a little bit, can transition down to the bottom of the map, do pretty much the same thing there. And play around with that damage a little bit, especially that AoE. Vespertine needs to be careful, opts out, and right into the healing hands of Uther. The Panda, on the other hand, is still working the top lane and has taken the fountain down. Jumped over, takes the fountain down, trying to take the lane sustain away from Urel, which is definitely going to help him. And now we have nearly level 10 for the red team, so all of a sudden there's a lot of a momentum swing going on for them, which could really help them here. When you get level 10 abilities and you have the Dragon Knight still in your hands, you might even be able to get that fort at the bottom of the map. There's only a really small window that they have, but if they can maybe get a lockdown here with Uther, yeah, they're not even trying. It's a bit too much of a stretch with the small time window that they have. Instead, they're just falling back and going for the safe play of taking the camp. That also gives them an advantage. We still have the Keck, and this is just a talent where I'm always like, yeah. Yeah, not really. Ever since Blizzard has increased like the knockback range, the talent is so much less useful than it was previously, where it was much easier to isolate a specific target. And the triple panda is just a super powerful way going into the backline, trying to take one of those heroes apart. But we'll see. There are a couple of games that we had, even with Keck, where the panda was able to get some value and isolate a target into a wall, for example. But I'm always highly, highly doubtful of what you can actually get with that. Very, very rarely have I seen a panda with Wandering Keck that really consistently throughout the game made a change for the better for its team. The triple panda is just incredibly strong. 19 stacks for Medivh on the baseline. Vala is now sitting at 11 for the arrow, so yeah, make that 12. It's actually starting to close in on that. Uther still alive. Waterman comes in, gets taken down. Kerrigan, in the meantime, is taking a camp. And then Torion the Panda is apparently going to check on that. Yeah, and indeed does. So he already knows what's coming. Urel could be on the move here. And the bird is coming in too. It's portal time, baby. They're trying to go for Tiger JK. Here comes Urel, though. They go for the Keck. They want to steal the camp. And yeah, value has been had. Goes in, tries to even drop him into a wall, but the Panda was able to steal the cam away. Brilliant. Choo choo! The pain train is coming, baby! They at least were able to steal it. So the triple Panda might not be able to get any kind of damage value into the back line, but at least with the Panda here they can steal the cams away, and that alone already occupies the top lane quite a lot. So that was pretty awesome. But either way, cams are now taken on both sides. So we actually had Siege Giants cams already claimed a little bit earlier. Now we're seeing them make another play for the night camp. Up to the top, you already guessed it. You have that 1 versus 1 just continuing between the Panda and Urel. The goat against the Panda. But this time with assistance. Kerrigan comes in. And the Panda just hoppity hop, jumps around. Ooh, even more is coming in. Look at that. Uther wants a piece of the action too. Bot lane also a lot of damage, and it's party time! And nobody throws a party like ETC. Oh yeah. He knows all the steps. The Panda buying some time still. Get the fuck out of my shrine. But it's not going to last him long. Tries to get away here and is able to move out, but still that could have also been a kill here. It's just like keg time. Top keg value right there. Now the cooldown is obviously pretty low, so that's at least one of the advantages that you have with that talent now. With level 13 talents, we have amongst other things now also some synergy with the level 4 talent, so the Ring of Fire is in for him. Vala sitting at 15 stacks, 22 for Medivh. No Dragon Knight, no second one just yet. Yeah, and at this point, it's still not a lot of kills. I mean, it's 3 against 2. Urel is still holding on to the top lane and is defending against the camp that was pushed onto the lane. But now that Vala is about to complete her own level 4, that also means that she's going to get a lot more damage out with it. Down here. The level 13 talent with the Valence chosen. And our 1 versus 1 setup is going to happen in another second again. It's like these two are just locked into an internal fight. Medivh is coming over and says like, hey, I want some free stacks. He gets 1 for the baseline, sitting at 23 now. And they're going for the invade. Yeah, Jane has already scouted it, but the problem is that most of the heroes on the blue team side are currently not there. Slide is a little bit too late. Yeah, no party time for ETC because he doesn't have the cooldown. Here comes the Lornado, and also in the back line, the stun with Uther, nearly a kill as Vala goes in. Instead, it's Kerrigan that falls. The ley line locks down 3, but they can't follow up with any meaningful damage. So that's what it is for now. Siege Giants have already been taken down. Jaina and Vala complete their talent. The Panda still up against the goat at the top lane. And off we go. Portal to portal, trying to move through and trying to go for the slide. There it is. Griffey in trouble. Body blocked and should actually fall, but there's too many potions. He falls shortly after, but damn. For a moment it looked like he might even survive here. So the potion master himself couldn't keep him alive. Now with 2 shrines under their control. Can the Panda jump in? Yeah, just in time for that. Urel, she has a choice here. Run or die, that's it. But with her moving away, it means that the Dragon Knight is taken. Medivh is in it with 31 stacks, I might add. And now they're moving down to the bottom of the map. Bot lane still the most important lane on Dragonshire because 3 mercenary camps travel through the bot lane. The 2 Siege Giant camps and the Knight camp at the Bruiser camp at the bottom of the map. They should get level 16. Yeah, they're close. The talent advantage is going to help a lot here. Griffey gets a little bit of an ass kicking, as usual. Still one of the funniest things if you're actually a Dragon Knight. You make plays with that. And in we go. Start to move in for the attack with 16 with the Northern Exposure right now. Also the Flying Leap, and they're opening up the wall. Not sure if they can take the keep down. I highly doubt it, since 16 is also about to be dropped into the hands of Celeb Gaming. But the red team is in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Keck again as he's trying to isolate someone. Oh, that doesn't help. He created a little bit of space for them to drop additional damage onto the keep, and at least that one's working, so the keep is falling after all. Nicely done here. 16 versus 16 now. And it's actually surprising. I mean, Celeb Gaming is looking at some serious trouble here. Here comes the aggression again as the lockdown from Kerrigan comes in. Ana, where's the portal? There's the portal. Moves out. Uther not successful with the stun. The Panda, though, is still a bit isolated. He is very much alone, looking for adventure, apparently. And he found a lot of adventure, and that portal is too late to save his ass. Medivh on 32 stacks. He at least was able to move away. Flies away unharmed. But the fort and the keep at the bot lane are still both eliminated. And that's honestly all that you need here. Need to make sure that you take that down. That's what they did, and that's a huge win. So now the advantage in their hands. We have 32,000 damage for Vala, 36,000 damage for Chen. Obviously helps him to be continuously locked into that one-on-one fight with UL on the other side. Here's the ley line steal attempt. He's gonna die, isn't he? He had 32 fucking stacks and tried to be a hero. Went for a ley line. It's like, I've seen Mane do this. I can totally do that, guys. Yeah, gets murdered and that's all of his stacks gone. Yeah, Mane or Hazops or whoever that was in HGC times have multiple times made plays like this one, but no, dude. Definitely not worth it. Losing all of your stacks after you only needed 8 to complete your baseline quest just for a mercenary camp? Yeah, not worth it. Now he died, the mercenary camp was also stolen, so they're in a pretty shitty spot here. Yeah, that was bad. If you ask any sheep if that was a good play or the quality of the play, the sheep is immediately going to reply, bad! Bad! Talking about bad, ETC actually makes it away, so that was not a bad move. Calculated, my friend. He makes it out. Jaina is down. But they save the keep. Yep, they actually save the keep for now. Which is worth a lot. Yeah, Seething Hatred is also in. And off we go. Everybody rotating topside. Also, Keck and Mosh might not be the best synergy that we have in the game. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, in we go. There we have it. Everybody rotates up to the top. Red team is already underway. Red team also has a 5 versus 4 going in their favor, so the blue team needs to be a bit careful with this. The Panda has the Keck again, so he can start to use that to create some space and save the rest of the heroes. Medivh is looking at 0 stacks. It's a sad birdie. It's a very sad birdie. And here's the Panda. And Panda is looking for more adventure, but not enough adventure to prevent... Ooh, but bought the time for Medivh. Yeah, look at you. Ah, the portal allowed him to get there. Kerrigan with the pain train. That pain train is not going to hit anything in a while. 19 versus 5, so the red team is still heavily ahead here when it comes to experience. An entire level ahead now. That last fight definitely did a lot of good for them. I mean, just looking at the experience setup, minion experience heavily in favor of the red team. I mean, by 4,000, which is pretty much incredible. ETC gets also attacked. Oh, there's the storm from Uther. Nice stun. The vault, ley line denies quite a bit here. As they're trying to make the play, and everybody is looking at the Dragonite again. If the red team gets it now, they have an open shot at the bottom of the map. Same also true for the blue team, of course, but they have to fight for a lot more than that. Now with half a level away for level 20 on Celeb Gaming side, they really could delay this, but they don't. They go for the fight. They go for the kill, and they kill Granny. The old woman is down. There's the ice block. Chrysalis, but Vala is mercilessly moving in for Jaina and is taking her down. That's 2 heroes eliminated. They looked for a third one, couldn't quite get that, but of course the Dragonite is now up for grabs. For how much longer though? Medivh is trying to get down to the bottom of the map, but off in the middle, Tiger JK is going for it. Here's the stun, there's the Dragonite, and it's go time. Bottom of the map, Urel is fighting off against 2. Level 20 is now also ready for them, and ooh. You actually see Rancor taken on level 20. And the Vala build is... Vala build's a little bit wild on North America. The hybrid build is definitely interesting. I mean, again, we talked about the past, but putting also Rancor on top of that is something. Okay, stacks again taken down, so the Medivh play is not really working out for last minute sweep here. And instead, we currently have to go for core from Celeb Gaming as they're trying to tie the series. They've taken the keep down, they're locking down ETC. That's a kill, that's a double, and that could even be a triple kill. Ice block prevents it for just a few seconds, but of course, this is going to be game. Celeb Gaming is going to tie the series right here as they are taking down last minute sweep on Dragonshire. No last minute sweep in this game, but instead we're heading into game number 3 on an even score. GG, and well played. Game on! Game number 3, everybody! We are on Towers of Doom. Last minute sweep against Celeb Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. The series is tight, and on the left side we have Farts on Sylvanas, Flyest Raven on Alarak, Destructible on Lucio, and you already guessed it, main tank Uther is back as well. El is playing it here, and Nintori is playing Chen. So here we go. Yeah, Uther with 100% win rate so far. Might not work in Europe, it sure as hell works in North America. The main tank is back to business, and now to the right side of the map we have Celeb Gaming with Mokka on Vala, Tiger JK on Maiev, Vespertine on Leoric, Hebe on Oriel, and Griffy on Johanna. And off we go. At least one of the things that I actually like here, because we've casted a few of the NA games recently, and what always surprised me was the lack of Vala. At least when we have Celeb Gaming playing, we currently have quite a bit of Vala play. Now, we have to look at the build again that's going to be chosen here, but I'm just always happy to see Vala, especially in the European context. We have a lot of that too. Now, as we speak, we have up to the top side our little 1 versus 1 again, so Leo should walk away with a ton of damage here, since he can drain against the Panda all day, every day. Pretty artificially boosts his damage output. When it comes to the rest of the setup, we now have Austin's Renewal as well. And yeah, let's double check what else we can actually see from this 4-man rotation in particular. We have currently Alarak sitting in the middle of the map. Yeah, gets a bit bodied here. At the beginning, nearly body block too, but they can't get a kill. But it's of course a lot of free damage against the mid laner. And that's always nice. It's either going to force him back or to tap the fountain earlier, and both of those you can pretty much mark down as a victory. At least a small one for yourself. So with this, we currently have the check up towards the right side of the map, taking one of those camps away. The one on the left side is currently taken too. So both of the teams are at the 1 minute mark or shortly after, immediately present, taking the pumpkin camp. Also checking the bushes here, making sure that nobody invades from the other side and tries to steal it away. So that's the first point. And I'm just curious a little bit to see what the level 4 talents are going to be. Especially after Vala went for that that arrow hybrid build with Hot Pursuit in level 1 on the last map. Kind of want to see if we're seeing that again, because it's definitely a map where you can do that if you expect a lot of the fights around the altars in particular. Then I would actually welcome that, but nope, normal multi-shot build. So Punishment is already in. And at this point, so far so good. In come the stuns. Okay, they're trying to make the play for Tiger JK. And that's a kill. For just a moment, it looked like he would be able to fool them. But Maiev goes down, and they look for the follow-up against Griffin, but they can't get it. Good call, though. And Leo, of course, still trading up at the top. Let me actually look at the damage. Leo should have top damage here right now. Oh no, he doesn't. Vala is way ahead of him. Wow. I honestly expected Leo to have way more damage than this. This isn't even close. He has been rotating between the lanes, so I guess it's one of the reasons why he couldn't really drain the Panda the entire time. If he would have been stuck in the lane with the little fatty over there, with Fat Illidan, then he would have been able to get that extra easy damage in all the time. Instead, it's Vala walking away with 9,000 damage already. Going for the channel at the bottom of the map, we have top right, top left, most likely going to be exchanged, but the Panda is actually trying to slow Leo down a little bit. Down here at the bottom though, Vala working in the auto attacks against the blue team. And now trying to go for Lucio as Destructible. Is trying to rush away here. And thanks to the speed boost is able to move out. Top side is a different matter though. Leo is moving away and the question is, can the red team be there in time? And the answer is no. Yeah, there's the second channel. That's now 8 shots fired against 4. So here we go. Nicely done. That's a slight lead now for last minute sweep. Level 4 talents. Now with also the supersonic. Have again the accumulating flame as we already saw in the last one. Unfurling shadows, by the way, on level 1. So as you can tell, we have more stacks coming in for Sylvanas with now 22 already. Should get the wave now. Yep, there we go. Festering wounds. Haunting wave gets upgraded. Makes it a little bit easier for her. Vala obviously continuing with the multi-shot build. So no surprises here yet either. A little bit of a damage output at the bottom of the map though, as the blue team just speeds away. It's one of the nice things about Lucio. Honestly, in this setup, if you're going for that double support together with Lucio, it's a really interesting approach because you have now a lot of utility to Lucio alone as he can all of a sudden help the team to rotate faster. But generally speaking, I mean, obviously, coming from the European meta, I like the red team composition way, way more. The Maiev pick, you can always say, okay, maybe a different hero in that particular slot, but generally speaking, she allows you to force those fights. Mokka even survives, unbelievable. That should have been a kill, and it is as Lucio comes in and seals the deal with the last hit. But yeah, the red team composition, way, 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 way better to the European eye when you're used to that kind of meta, and we'll see how that works out. Again, Maiev is debatable if you really need her with this. There's a lot of engage tools that they have already, but either way, it's going to be a lot of good CC in a very aggressive setup that they're running here, with Tiger JK now attempting to force those fights with a good tether. The only thing that at this point I'm a little scared of is a potential march of the Black King from Leoric. I'm still hoping Entomb. Entomb with a whip alone is already mad value, so it would be a huge surprise if we would get March. Then again, we casted a North America match the other day and got March as well, and I nearly lost my shit there. Oriel, talking about losing things, she loses the last hit point and therefore her life. So Oriel down, 9.5 versus 9.5. The teams don't have level 10 abilities yet, but with that bottom shrine still in play, this is going to be a grab for the blue team, so they're even farther ahead now. 36 points against 28 in just a second as the shots get connected. Our little 1 versus 1 setup at the top lane is shifting slowly in favor of the Panda as he also gets that. Oh my god. Leo missing the drain here. That hurts. Ah, that can't happen to Vespertine if he wants to hold on to that lane. So maybe a mistake they can make once or twice, but you need to be cautious about that. The whip misses, level 10 abilities are in. We have Entomb, thank you, Resurrect as well. Talent of course heavily buffed recently. Good setup against Johanna though, and she's down. Gets immediately resurrected as Oriel says no, not happening. Vala is down then again, and that's a little bit of a different setup now. That should not have happened here. But in comes Sylvanas, and with the Wailing Arrow, she confirms the kill. Tiger JK is also low. Lucio with the bubble as they get a kill against Maiev, and it's just heroes dying all over the place. In this case, at least Hebi is able to survive, but guys, it's 6 kills against 0 now. They are absolutely crushing them. Like, they're really crushing them. I mean, they're shitting on them at this point. You need a lot of toilet paper to clean that mess up. Right now, half level ahead, 6 points on the core, 6 kills against 0. Still the rotations happening, bot lane gets attacked, but the red team is back and they mean business. That's an Entomb, that's a big boy Entomb. Where's the whip when you need it, baby? And, well, we get the kill. Alright, so not really the whip stun that we were waiting for. Vala even committing to strafe because they started to be afraid that they won't be able to lock the kill in after all. But now they start to go in for the take at the camp. About to grab that, and Tori and the Panda, so also be careful. Vala should in this case really then go for Manticore later on and also Farflight Quiver. Again, we even saw Rancor on the last game, but I don't really think that's a great talent for them to take here. Alter is up again. Single one so far, and they're starting to move in for the channel. Can't make it happen just yet, but the fight isn't over yet by any means, and the Panda's low. Went for the keg, of course, again. It's an A blast shield set up. Flies Raven, they go for the kill. The whip into the wall, that one was a good one, but they can't get the kill, or can they? Here we go, multi-value. It's a quad kill as they clean house. Nice. No ult from Lucio in this case. Panda and Leo still fighting it out in the middle. And it is keg time. Yep. That's a dead Leoric right there. Top keg play from Jen. Nicely done. But the bottom bell tower is under pressure either way and will fall here. Minion wave is already coming in. And that's that. 7 kills against 5. Blue team might be ahead on the kill count, but they're definitely behind now on structures, and that is going to give momentum over to Celeb Gaming. Momentum they desperately need, because so far this has not really gone as well as they were hoping for. I mean, at least they get the kills now, but they were 6-0 in kills, so that was a problem. Yeah, damage is in. Tiger JK is sitting at the side, waiting for his moment to shine. Patient. In the shadows. Alarak missing this one. Tiger JK doesn't even react. He's just like sitting there, it's like, nope, saw that coming. Im Ansatz gesehen, baby, im Ansatz. 28 against 32. 13 on both sides still. Panda and Leo rotating around, but it's all about the bot lane right now. A giant starting to jump in, and there's the cage, and here we go. Yeah, this time Lucio is ready with the ult, and the stun comes in from Uther too, but that's a lot of heroic abilities that have been used here. Alright. A lot of ults being dropped. Double altar at the top lane now, top left, top right. Down here the fight still continues. The control over the bell tower is obviously highly important. They're starting to make their thing. Okay. Let's have a bit of a look. Chen is still murdering Leo. I mean, that old ghost doesn't have a lot of really big chance there. The choo-choo train is coming. Yeah, Vespertine is still riding around here. Choo-choo! The pain train is coming, baby! Yeah, it's not the only thing that's coming over. The blue team all of a sudden has a very aggressive stance on the map and is trying to make a move for the red team's bell tower. 3 shots already fired as they're locking in 1. That's 25 points on the core now. But with 5 taken, as we see here, that reduces the hit points down to 27. So we are a lot closer now in this particular setup. Sylvanas with a move down to the bottom of the map. They're of course going to try and disable the bell tower now. Alone is Uther is moving in too. 7 kills against 5, but the red team is ready for the defense. A little bit late maybe, but they're coming. They have the wave kill and take the minion wave down within a jiffy. Yeah, now the bigger question is just what happens around level 16 talents. Can they make a move and maybe get a quick kill? If Leo, for example, can join the fight at any point and drop an entomb on the opponent, then they might have an opportunity to get a kill, especially with a whip into the wall. So far we haven't really seen that. There's a 16 now. No Manticore! Seething hatred again. Honestly surprised, given that we have Alarak, Uther and Chen on the other side. That would have been a good one. Now the spell power increase is always a nice one, but Manticore plus Firefly Quiver is just incredible. Apparently NA didn't get the memo yet. Yeah. It's one of the best setups actually with Vala. Manticore plus Firefly Quiver. Incredible damage output, extremely safe also after level 20, but not used yet so far. The Panda nearly going for the face check here. Nearly checking the bush. I heard you should never do that. There's a good video out there as far as I know. And the Panda going up against Leo again. Triple altar phase. That's just been announced. Altars are activating in another 17. 7 kills against 5. There's the tether, there's the setup, there's the cage. They're moving in. Blessed shield is out. Alarak is trapped, but the sound barrier. Also, Sylvanas came through with a Wailing Arrow, trying to drop the silence on them. And here's the stun! Uther coming in and they're trying to go for the quick fight, and the red team is already low on HP. They need to be a little bit more careful here, but the whip it through the wall. Fly's Draven is in trouble. And Alarak could fall now. Uther comes in with the first heal, but it's not enough. And there's the double kill. Alarak down, so is Uther. And they're getting one after another. Lucio is trying to sneak it in, but he gets interrupted on the channel. Nicely done right here. Now it's chase time. They're trying to make it happen, but the Panda has already started the channels, and he actually got 2. So despite the fact that they just got the kills, the blue team walks away with an advantage since they're able to soak 2 of the 3 altars on the map simply by having Chen up to the top lane, running between them. Lucio nearly got the 3rd. But of course, thanks to the bell tower advantage, it's still an advantage. It's not really an advantageous trade. It's still a -1 for them. And we were looking at the net value here, but it's not really too horrible. So with that said, we currently have still a very, very tiny lead for last minute sweep. Then you look at the map and there's still control from Celeb Gaming, thanks to the bell tower that they have. Plus, of course, the experience advantage. It could very well translate into an early Storm talent for them. But the blue team is heavily eager to try and take that bell tower back. The one in the middle of the map has already taken a little bit of damage too. It's more so about the bot lane right now. Vala gets attacked, needs to be careful, starts to stutter step back a little bit, weaves the auto attacks in against Uther. There comes the ult from Lucio. Again, the Entomb, but Uther simply walks away from it, stun into the wall. Wailing Arrow comes in from Sylvanas and silences everybody. But they're still fine. 5 versus 5 at the bot lane now. Heavy commitment. Oh, Vala! Vala gets away, and Sylvanas is dead. The stun. Oh my god, Heavy! The god-like heal on Vala. Mokka probably thought he was dead as well, but then in comes Auriel, gets the quick heal in, and now they are able to take down Uther. Yes, Leoric dies too, but that's always going to be a positive trade for you because he's going to be back so much faster. 4 versus 3 now on the map, and what a setup for Celeb Gaming. That was actually a nice play here. And oh, they really want to walk away with another kill, aren't they? Yeah, of course. The stagger death. But Lucio was able to channel another one. And they even get the kill against Auriel here. Unbelievable. Auriel with a self-resurrect as they make the play for Nintori. If they can get another staggered kill against the blue team, that would be the absolute dream. And he kicks away, but he kicks too late. Oh god, kill after kill after kill, and all of them just stagger deaths so that the blue team is continuously on the map without 5 heroes. Farts on Sylvanas at least tries to make the play here. In comes Johanna, but the bell tower is now taken, and so it's 4 versus 4 for the time being. But they're trying to get another kill in, and Sylvanas! They don't see me! Don't move and they can't see me. This isn't Jurassic Park, dude, and they are not a T-Rex. So, yeah, even if you don't move, they can see you. Standing still doesn't really help here. Level 20 is ready, and with that we have Buried Alive now, so Leo is going to have a lot of fun when he can land in the tomb from here on out. Radiating Faith is also in, and well, we're off to the races. Oh, Vala with an upgrade on Strafe. Death Siphon now taken. And they get a kill against Alarak. They are absolutely crushing right now. And the blue team is brain farting this a little bit. I mean, seriously. They are the entire time just looking at a setup where they are just simply saying like, oh yeah, well, attack us, it's fine. And now massive amounts of shots are coming through here. Vala is finally down. And Auriel, well, Auriel can actually go for the Resurrect, I'd say. Hasn't done anything just yet. The problem is that Vala is sitting right over here, so you might not want to do that. But yeah, Hebi comes in, and there we go. Alright, there's the Resurrect, there's the stun against Auriel. Vala moves out, gets stunned, and escapes. Yeah, I should have waited with that stun for Vala instead of trying to waste it on Auriel. That might have been the better play here. But I guess the idea was initially to interrupt the Resurrect in the first place, which didn't really work out. Now we have 15 kills against 10 in favor of Celeb Gaming, and thanks to the fact that they also could now take 2 of those altars, they are massively ahead. They could end the game here. If they grab both, and they should be able to, then the game's over. Then we have a lead for them in the series. And there we have it. Maiev is already channeling on the right side. Farts moves in. They need to YOLO. They can't do anything else. They have to absolutely YOLO for this. And both are taken. And this is game, ladies and gentlemen. The heroes die too, but the core is down. And that is a 2-1 lead in the best of 5 for Celeb Gaming against Last Minute Sweep. GG. And well played. Game number 4, we have Infernal Shrines with Last Minute Sweep. Yeah, after winning the first map, now losing 2 in a row, so the boys need to make sure that they're getting a little bit, yeah, I don't know, a little bit more speed and momentum in this 4th game, so that they can force a 5th map against their opponent. Now we have them on the left side. This time they rock Vala. Farts on the hero with Destructible on Auriel as the follow-up. Fly is Raven on Carrigan. Elo on Malgaris. And Nintori on Blaze. And over to the right side, Celeb Gaming with Tiger JK on Maiev again. Vespertine on Urel. Hebi on Stukov. Mokka on Sylvanas. And Griffey on Garrosh. And you already guessed it, since we don't have Uther in the game, I actually cheated a little bit and checked out the ban sheet. And indeed, Uther was banned out, which is the reason why nobody actually jumped on him. Also, since that question is always coming up,
but Khaldor, why don't you show the drafts? I think drafts are really an important part of the game and we need to know the bans. So Khaldor, why is there no draft? Could you please include the draft in the next video?
Yeah, so after my throat got killed by that voice and 4 heroes got killed on the side of last minute sweep, off to a bad start here. So once again to the explanation for everybody that watches Hero but doesn't play it, the explanation is simple. There are no drafts if you don't cast the games live, because Blizzard's replay system unfortunately doesn't include drafts, which is a shame, but Blizzard is a small indie company, so it's just understandable that they can't really deal with things like that, with advanced requests like this. So pretty much, bottom line, since this is North America and this is a different time zone, I can't cast the games live. Every single time I casted something live, you will see a draft included, which is the case for, I would say, pretty much 100% of the Division S Europe games. But for North America, it's a different story. Alright! At this point, is there a bit more of a kill? I mean, starting with the 4-0 in kills is pretty hefty. But if they can get even more now, that would be absolutely brutal. And those plays with Maiev just forcing the fights turn out to be quite nasty for last minute sweep. And I don't know, but for the last 2 minutes in this game, they have been on the run, and on the run, and on the run. So, big problem here. There's already the Urel move up to the top. Nintori is sitting tight on this one-on-one lane. But last minute sweep, they need to get their shit together now. They need to dig deep and just say, alright boys, you know we can do it. We already won one map. Let's just get our act together here and focus. We will be laser focused on the game right now, and then we can still turn it. It's level 4. I mean, it's higher level already. Versus level 4 talents now. But we have the multi-shot build, and the composition isn't really bad for the blue team. It's just interesting to see how heavily they are focused on melees lately. Where traditionally they still played with a double range backline that they usually have there. So off we go. Yeah, Blizzard's replay system at this point even struggling with this game. Yeah, there's a lot to really struggle there. But talking about struggling, so does Garo. She struggles a lot to stay alive and at the end falls, and now they're still trying to get a little bit more here. The camp still attacked as the red team has been able to at least lock something in over here. But they lost one hero in the process. Now we have 4 kills against 1. Carrigan with the missed combo. Shrine activating at the top side in a couple of seconds. And off we go. Vala trying to eliminate one more wave. They have caught up in experience again. Yeah, these early level kills, yeah, they look always impressive. And it's just like, oh my god, they just took 4 heroes down. Ah, game over. But at the same time, it's not really a lot of experience that you gain through that. It's just early on in the game. So whenever you say one of those pleb monsters in Storm League, it's like, ah, GG, we lost. Ah, go next. Yeah, that doesn't really mean anything, because one single kill a little bit later in the game and you will easily catch up on that experience lead of your opponent. So yeah, despite the fact that we had 4 kills against 1, it's fairly even now that we're looking at level 7 talents. And as we already talked about those, we have on level 7 the growing infestation. Off we go again, nice lockdown, bit of a flip, good silence, the stuns are there. Oh, the stun against Urel right here, and down goes Blaze. Yeah, they have a lot of stuns, but if they can't... Oh, here. Tiger JK gets out, gets the tether, turns around, and casually slaps Mal'Ganis in the face and takes him apart. So that's 2 kills against 0 in the team fight over the first Punisher on the map. And that's a great start for Celeb Gaming. They have a 2-1 lead against their opponent in the best of 3. And with a little bit of discipline, they might be able to take a 3-1 victory here against them. So that's what we're gonna see here quickly enough. Yeah, Vespertine is already sitting here at the side. He needs to be careful. Jumps out. And it's like, the goat is just yelling. I don't know, but like that goal always reminds me a little bit of Dragon Ball. The entire game. Jumping around and the yelling continues. Jumping to the other side, a little bit more yelling. It's just all the time. It's just awesome. But yeah, here's the bait over the wall. And off we go. Tiger JK jumps in immediately. Sylvanas is already helping out with all of this. And is trying to lock down those walls slightly. Yeah, there's a little bit of a setup against Fly's Raven. Stun setup connects with Stukov. Okay, they go for him. Stukov is on the move. Sylvanas is also jumping out and he's covering the retreat with another lurking arm, just as that Punisher is asking for a little bit of a participation medal here. Gets nearly a stun through against those heroes, but talking about stuns, Kerrigan is at it again, and she locks down Maiev. There's a stun into the wall, and 1 down, 2 down, and 3 down. Make it 4, baby. Hebi should fall too, as Vala follows, and that's a kill. 4 heroes down. Who says you can't make comebacks happen in Heroes of the Storm, huh? That's an IGN 6.5 out of 10 moment right there. Level 10 in their hands, a little bit quicker even than the red team. The blue team off to a pretty good mid game at least. Maybe the early game was a bit of a bust because they lost 4 heroes instantly. But yeah, just staying in the game, playing it calm, collected, not getting emotional about it. And immediately they're now looking at early level 10 abilities and they're starting to lock in kills. They've already now locked in 5. They nearly... okay, I guess the one against Ural over here wasn't really that easy to get after all. They didn't have a lot of heroes. They could have really locked the target down. Blaze was still at the bottom of the map. You need Kerrigan for a stun setup there too. But the level 10 abilities are now at least on both sides. When you look at the map itself, top line, Tiger JK wanted to take down the fort and Flyer's Raven came in.
Nope.
That's just not happening, my friend. Not happening. Down to the bottom. It's all about the camps right now. Trying to run those small advantages. But you can tell on the minimap that the red team really wants that fort. And they get it here. So the fort is down. Has been taken apart. Mal'Ganis is still sitting here at the side on his little money pick. Everybody's waiting for the next objective to spawn, which is going to happen in the mid lane. Irel is the only one that hasn't died yet. 15,000 damage for Sylvanas. Put her in a good spot. But she's not quite on the same damage output as Jaina. Vala. Vala with the multi-shot in particular is of course amazing on Infernal Shrines. Fantastic hero there. Good hero damage, good wave clear. Nice attempt to go for Griffey. Oh, actually it might be successful, but nope. Massive shove from Heavy is just a little bit too powerful. Urel is still hopping around, but didn't even have to use the ult in order to escape here. And that also creates a lot of space and time for Tiger JK to get the camp at the bot lane. Can easily move away from this. No real trouble for him. Top side, the Shaman camp gets now taken, so that's already highly important. Didn't cap it yet. But they always can. You know that everybody else is at the bottom of the map, or I'm pretty sure they would have left at least one hero top right to guard the camp. There's nothing more annoying than if you actually prepare a camp like this, you walk away because you want to take it a second later, and someone from the opponent just sneaks in and says like, hello, thank you very much, and takes it. You are taking things. Some damage against Blaze. Bunker already used, and they have to jump out from this one. Yeah. Need to move out immediately here, which they do just as the shrine is activated. Pings are already everywhere, so it's just time to take the Shaman camp. 13 talents in the hands of the blue team, so a nice advantage for them. Especially for Kerrigan, it's awesome. Chrysalis is a great talent to keep yourself alive a little bit longer, and with all the damage coming from abilities, Vala is obviously going to be very happy about Bloom. There's 13 versus 13, lockdown. Oh, Griffey, taunt, stun. Oh my god, he gets away! And the cage! Oh, Oriel without the Resurrect. Instead, we have the Aegis in, and she already uses it, but Vala is down. Yeah, she could definitely do with the Resurrect right now. Instead, we have the counter kill, though, against Sylvana. Stun into the wall once again as Urel is doing her job. They're starting to flip Leonis Mal'Ganis into tower range. That's easy shots against him. Kerrigan with the Chrysalis is waiting the duration out and is trying to set another combo up, unsuccessfully I might add. Instead, Flyer's Raven has to jump out. Talking about jumping, Urel is jumping all over the place too. This is just like a bunny zoo. It's a bit of a petting zoo that we're seeing right here. Bunnies everywhere and goats too, just hoppity hop from left to right and right to left as the objective finally gets activated. Sylvanas and Vala on the way back, but the fight hasn't really stopped yet. Silence on the ground with a lurking arm from Stukov. The taunt comes in from Garrosh as he gets the Warlord's challenge through. The bunker is back up, and it could be a kill against Hebi, but he gets out and gets the heal in as well. Once more, the aggression again. against Urel, but there she is. Ult is in, and Stukov supplying the assistance with the lurking arm from the back, just as we have again the position claimed by the red team. Celeb Gaming with a tether on the kill against Vala. Yep, Auriel has the Aegis but couldn't use it there. Always surprised to see Aegis in these situations, honestly. But the walls, turn around and kill him! The fuck are you doing? Come on, drop the hammer, my friend. Oh, Vespertine. He has this thing that people sometimes talk about. I think it's called Mercy. So Kerrigan survives, even though it was literally a single hit that was needed to drop her. And yeah, with that, we now look at 9 kills against 6. And as a net result, the blue team is going to lose out on the Punisher now, because Celeb Gaming is in full control of the Shrine and is not going to lose that anytime soon. They also have taken a lead in experience. But damn, massive battle there in the middle. But what a fight. And Vala walks away with a lot of damage thanks to the multi-shot setup here. 26,000 for her. But again, I'm really surprised that we actually have Auriel with Aegis. Resurrect would be really good here. You have a bunker also to follow up with that, and it's a little bit of a weird one, to be absolutely honest. For me personally, Resurrect is more so a tool that you... sorry, Aegis is more so a tool that you want to take if there is a huge one-shot component on the other side. If you can trade your one cooldown against multiple that are needed for a massive heroic one-shot, for example, then by all means going Aegis might really be a good setup. I feel against Stukov in the silence they felt a bit more compelled to take this, but it's just putting a bullseye on the target, and Resurrect, if you make it happen on your terms, is such a fantastic tool after Blizzard buffed the talent this heavily, that it should always be a consideration at least, and has also been successfully used in this very series already, which is of course another aspect of it. So, for now, we have everybody starting to jump in with Cruel Chain, with the Templar's Verdict. There's the Super Strain as they're jumping in again. Urel is on the move, making that happen. On level 16, we now also have the Evasive Fire. And with the attempt to make a play for the keep, they're also trying for another lockdown here. The cage is already on the ground. Bunker is being used. 60 talents give an advantage to the red team. And Vala still alive, but barely as all of this happens. But the Punisher's about to be taken down, and the Keep hasn't really taken as much damage as they're hoping for. Kerrigan, though, she's dead, and now that the minion wave is coming in, they're hoping for more. But just look at the hit point pool here. The red team is about to lose one hero after another. They're finally able to also put some damage in. Vala! Nearly getting murdered by Sylvanas here. As long as Stukov is around for a few more heals, it's going to be great for him. Everybody is just crying retreat, and Stukov is like, oh, don't retreat, it's not necessary. I got deal coming in just 1 second. He's coming faster if you give vodka. Then I can heal even easy, but no problem. Just stay here, I heal everybody, then we go in and we kill. You see? Vala dead, no problem. Keep down, no problem. We go top lane, we do same thing. Is no problem. So yeah, Stukov, I mean, as the old Russian general that he is just absolutely on point when it comes to the strategy here. So as long as the team follows the shot calls here, they will be successful. I mean, under his supervision, they just took Vala down, they took the keep down. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So 16 against 17, we have 11 kills against 6. On the damage numbers, I guess by now Sylvanas hasn't really taken over the top numbers. The multi-shot setup from Vala is just a little bit too powerful. 41,000 against 39,000. So, yep. And off we go. Everybody else is starting to chase down Tiger JK. I don't really think that's going to happen. I gotta admit that, by the way, the stupid bird and Kerrigan kind of looks cool as a mount setup. I don't know why. Both of them looked like plucked birds that lost a few too many feathers, so it's kind of funny. But off we go. Frost shot even for Vala. Again, they hate Manticore, and Aegis doesn't like Manticore for some reason. Maybe because they can't hit those auto attacks. Like, I really don't know what's going on there, but you get a lot of value out of the Frost shot either. I'm not trying to rip them for that. It's just kind of funny to see them in the entire series not take Manticore once. But they're taking kills. And many at that. Vala down, so is Kerrigan. And they're making the play for Mal'Ganis, who obviously doesn't stand the chance there either. He can delay the inevitable, but eventually Ayla is going to fall, and that's the case right now. So off we go. Yeah, Frostshot is a really good setup, especially on this map. I mean, the range increase alone is absolutely fantastic, and thanks to the slows, you also get a little bit control here. Absolutely no rip against Vala for picking the Frostshot. But again, it's just strange. Coming from the European meta, where Manticore is just the talent at level 16, and you oftentimes advocate for Frostshot to be taken in some situations, but it never really happens. And then you go over to North America, and nobody likes Manticore. Everybody is picking either Seething Hatred or goes instead into Frostshot. It's kind of funny. So camps are, of course, taken easily from the red team. They also hold on to a pretty significant lead in experience in nearly level 20. Them claiming all of the camps now ensures even a bigger lead in experience for them. And the Shrine is activating at the top side. Urel is clearing out another lane at the bottom of the map. And the blue team seems to be willing to fight, which is mind-blowing. Because you don't have level 20, boys. So I think they can only make something happen if they surprise them here, and that's not really the case. So now we have a double camp pushing the mid lane. We have camps pushing the bot lane, with catapults joining the fun soon. And the blue team realizes that they won't be able to make a play here. Okay, Vespertine is jumping around again and just moves away. Yeah, and gets caught. A little bit too cocky. Doesn't have to pop the ult though, and still able to make it out of there, so that's not really a big issue. And up at the top, Carrigan has now been annihilated. Oh look, the Ragdoll is coming into the frame too. But here comes another setup as Mr. Unstoppable tries to rush away, gets tethered regardless. And they can now go for the Punisher top side. The core is already losing shields on the other side, and my F is actually down. They are chasing a little bit too hard. Tiger JK gets eaten alive here, as the team turned it against him, but yes, the Aegis on Oriel. Everybody is just pinging her, and that's the problem with Aegis against Stukov. You're just asking for trouble. Stukov came in immediately and tried to lock her down. She barely escaped, but that lurking arm alone was great. Now, of course, Urel is also in trouble. The core is losing hit points. Then again, that's a big problem for last-minute sweep. They're losing a lot here. They're down to 78% on the core. And they're about to lose Mal'Ganis too. And the core is still dropping hit points. I mean, there's one catapult. The second one comes in. Vala is now dead too. At the bottom of the map, the wall has already fallen. Now the keep is getting attacked. And the rest of the red team is now moving in as well to finish what the minions started. It's 57% on the core. Oriel is on the run. Carrigan is down. Bot lane is getting attacked over here in the middle of the map, or in the middle of the base of the blue team. The core is getting dropped by the second, losing one hit point after another, and this is going to be game, and this is going to be a series. Celeb Gaming has the 3-1 victory secured against last-minute sweep on Infernal Shrines. GG and well played as the red team takes the W.